welcome back. Oh, well, okay, hold on. I started it and then the thing decided it didn't want to work. But hello everybody and welcome back to another stream at the Gaming Roundtable this week. It feels good to be back. Darn it, I knew something was going to be off. Yeah, it feels good to be back. I'm glad we can come back go back into the game this week. Let me turn it up a little bit. Settings are all out of whack. Yeah, first of all, salutations. I did see your message. Granted, whether I see future messages will depend on how much I actually look over, because... Okay. Forgot who keeps talking. Oh gosh, I don't know what happened, but my phone cord is now shorter because I had to get a new one because my old one literally just stopped working for some reason. So now I can't have it on my desk, so I have to like look over and like lean over to see messages. Oh, you have Star Rail news, right? Yeah, Star Rail news. Once again, I have to look, oh gosh, a good like maybe 2 feet or so to try to see messages, and not gonna lie, my font is very small, so I can barely see anything. But what kind of Star Rail news do you bring? And in the meantime, I believe the only thing... Yeah, the only thing really left to do... Yeah, because we completed Bedtime Story. Is this, finish up the Mutual Security, whatever, the fighting event, which... we only have 4 stages, 2 on each side to complete, so... That's not terrible. Let's teleport over here and finish up those final stages. No luck getting Boot Hill on main, but on my... Oh gosh, you got him on your alt. Yeah, that's how it goes. I have characters on... Because I'm gonna technically consider this an alt, but I have characters on this account that I for sure do not have on my main account, which feels weird from time to time. Where you're just sitting there, you're like, I wish I could play this character more, but I just don't because it's not my main. As for skills though, what do I want to do here? Obviously do the 4 suggested, but we have decent, at least 2 flying, which for flying I normally like to use the specialist mech, or whatever, the mecha. Past that, I don't know. There's a few groups in here, and I don't want to... What is this? I don't know what we use here, honestly. I think we just use a random one, truthfully, because I think it'll be fine either way. Actually, since we have a cryo, we'll use the clear water one so that we can get that frozen effect up. And then as for leadership skill, we can do... No, because they have a few fire. Let's do whirlwind, I think. And I did see E1 S1 Boot Hill. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. Not getting him on one account and then just getting an overabundance on the other is tough. Wait. I'm sorry. How in the world did they just instantly... I think what it was is they attacked with Hydro, hit the Electro, and then proceeded to absolutely demolish themselves. I love that. Wonderful, wonderful allies. They're gonna destroy this in like seconds. Well, haven't had that one happen before. Oh, and now there's another one over here. That's... Oh. And then it instantly got itself destroyed. Okay, you know what? This... I don't appreciate this enemy. 80 pity, 8 pity, 50, 50, then win with 70, or 23 pity. I want to know how it... Oh gosh. Yeah, I wish. I literally have to get basically hard pity or like 80 pity before I'm able to even get a 5-star. That's not even guaranteeing special limited edition characters. That's just saying I get a 5-star. Gosh. Would be so nice. Oh, I just... Oh, there you go. We're at that one. Yeah, I forgot that he's pyro and he can't hit the flying ones. That's... And he can't hit the movement. So he is a distraction, so I'll take
this now!
He's gonna defeat it? He is gonna defeat it. What was what's the time limit here? Or not, yeah, because there's like a time limit or whatever. You have to complete the stage over 3 stars.
Meet again.
Alright, let's not do that. 23 for lightning. I never have enough to summon lightning because I would rather summon up characters, and since I'm gonna have to do 80 pity for the character, I might as well just do the character. I don't think I've ever summoned for a light cone banner. Nope. I really did think about that. I don't think I've ever done it. I mean, I don't know. It definitely stinks, but like I said, would much rather have a character than their light cone than do nothing with the light cone. There you go. Look at that. Oh, and then they proceeded to immediately summon a bunch of slimes. Lovely. Oh, and it immediately destroyed this character. Jeez Louise, did they just not destroy my character instantly? I tried for the heck of it. You know, I wish I had enough stellar to do that.
We'll meet again.
Just say, hey, heck with it. Let's try to summon for this. Gosh, I wish. Oh, great. Now here's the pyro ones coming, so I can't do anything about it with the mecha. I'm gonna summon this. Hopefully this can sneak in and get the final attack. It does. Was such a good attack over there, just to get it snuck in. Oh, so you have to complete it within... What would it be? It would be 3 minutes... 3 minutes 30? Yeah, 3 minutes and 30. Which, oh yeah, we were really close there, actually. That's kind of risky. Oh, wrong one. Nope. Alright. These two. And then... a bunch of single targets. Interesting. They do have a decent unit, or decent units for flying characters, so I'm not too interested on putting a bunch in there. There's the water again, though, so we should probably go for ice, or for cryo. I just wish they named it ice. Ice makes so much more sense. It literally is just ice. Instead, I have to call it cryo, and then it confuses me further when I have to swap games. In the next game, it's called lightning or something. Like, it's rough. Especially trying to play a bunch of games that all have their own specific element systems. It's just, it gets to be a lot after a while. Actually, you know what? For the rune mecha or the rune guard, I think we should do some sort of group unit. I just don't know what group unit to put. Actually, let's do fire, so then we can do exactly what they did with me with the mecha. And then probably do water here, since we have a few ice unit or cryo units. Alright, well, let's, I guess, start the attack now. I don't know why they spawn all the way back there. Like, they easily could have spawned them at least a little closer. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, that is really unfortunate. What in the world?
Let's end this now!
They're gonna decimate my units. Okay, I say that, and then they immediately start getting going.
Let's end this now!
Alright, and then I'm gonna spawn this water, this hydro thing, so they get some healing.
Let's end this now!
Well, hopefully we can freeze them here, actually. Can we? Oh my gosh, they don't even need to be frozen, they just disappear.
We'll meet again.
Throw some water there. Or hydro. See, once again, element systems are both amazing and a big fan. Oh. Oh, that is... Actually, are we about to get this power?
Let's now!
We're pretty darn close. Oh, oh. Oh, they like literally captured the
Let's
one.
end this now. Will.
The second that water melts, he's gonna immediately get frozen. Keep walking. Nice. Okay, there we go. Now we can start the full attack straight to the back. Yeah, I think we definitely have to. I mean, unless they like pull some random. Okay. That just scared me for a few seconds. It's like I had to see the
this
room.
now.
Where's it at? I wish the AI would have been a bit smarter though, because if they had literally even had the smallest amount of intelligence, they would put like a hydro mimic on my final point, and just I wouldn't have even known. I never turned back because I'm like confident they're not gonna do it. Okay, let's see. We have a rune guard and then a group, but these are shooters, right? Well, the heliotroll fighters aren't, but the second ones are shooters. So we want to place a group here. So probably like if we get like the electro, is it Chitin? I don't know how to say. I despise some of these words. Rune guard again. Okay. Then a bunch of ground units, so we might want to put some flying during the second round. And then the third. So literally rune guards stay on the left side the whole time. And it's also a full heliotroll assault. Understandable. Well, okay, full heliotroll assault on the right side, and then on the left is just rune guard for no reason. Yeah, because he's an AoE, so put against the groups. Flying over here along with this, which I wanted, and then I say we put this tower here, and then put the cryo here to slow down the room. Actually, let's place this. Oh, how did you? That random arrow just snuck through an attack and hit my final poster. Are they getting the rune guard? It does look like. Okay, we're good. I don't need to worry about the left side. I don't think. Especially with the especially all the flying. Like basically all the flying units in the tower is just it makes it so much better. Right. I'm gonna put the flying ones over here because they're all melee, or yeah, ground units. So that's good. Oh, rune guard first, I guess. I'll throw this. I don't think we need it, but I'll just do a little bit more damage. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, another support being good.
Fry.
Another animal one. Oh. You know what? Heck with it. Throw down the animal one over here. Oh gosh, another one?
Treasure.
We're like honestly not losing like any people that fast. I'm gonna hold on to the one flying unit to see what happens. Almost like as a backup. Oh dear gosh, you know what? I might just put it down because that's a lot of them. I'm gonna use this fire. Oh, that ain't good either. I need to go grab that support beacon and throw it over here. Oh.
Fry.
Actually, let's throw the cryo one over here for when that one breaks. For when that one breaks. I don't know why he's that close. I think I placed him that close, but I don't know why I did. That's kind of a dumb decision. Let him hit the tower and then. Yeah, he's not gonna destroy it. Okay, and then nah, nah. My team's
Where's
got
the
it.
treasure?
Yep. Awesome. Is it 99%? And I think the only reason we got to 99% was because of a random arrow that one of the helitrolls fired. Which is insane, but whatever. Alright, so first one, left flank. So can't target flying, but in a group, and then flying. So the center will need something to attack flying. Center, once again, will need something to attack flying. Granted, for the Hydra-Mimic Finch, we might actually just use a flying unit, because we don't... because it can't attack flying. Left flank being a bunch of weird stuff, honestly. But mostly ground units until the end. So I think it'd be fine if we put some flying over there. And then, you know, slime, and then this bubbler seahorse, which we just need to be careful with not to put flying units. Maybe put like what is it, Karagi, a Karagi, or the Aramite, the Sunfrost. Okay. I love how, like, I'm so strategic about it, and then the game happens, I'm like, oh wait, what's happening again? Like, it's not honestly that much of a big deal, I just make it more into a big deal. I think I'm gonna do the frost ones over here. The Karagi right here. Flying... You know, flying can actually go in the middle, or not flying. Yeah, well, flying hitters can actually go in the middle, because then it can attack both. And this dude's about to take all 5 slides out on him. I am just impressed, is what I am, and I'm gonna place that for them. Place that for anti-personnel mine will definitely throw out the room guard. Pyro can go right here. Skip wave and continue on. Yeah, this is going a lot faster than I was... Honestly, not even that I was expecting. This is just going really fast. This event is, like, don't get me wrong, it's kind of fun, but once you've done it, like, once, it's kind of just repetitive. You don't do it anymore.
Fall before me.
Yeah, so this one we're definitely going to take some damage for that wave mark, but it won't be too much. More flying. We'll actually throw this one over here. So we have one on each side. And we'll save this last card for the last fight. And the same with the Electros. Scratch that. I'm actually going to place this here. And then hopefully I can... So the hurt isn't actually so good.
Fall before me.
Okay. Last round, huh? I think we have that lane covered. How about we add a bit more over here? I think is a good idea. Oh no, wait, never mind. We have too many units. We have to wait until one of them falls over, or one of them gets knocked out. Which I'm betting on the singular Heliturl, but we'll see. Or actually, maybe this one. This one's going in. Oh, then. Oh, and of course, still gets a hit off. That's great. Wait, only 7 left? You know, this might actually be easier than I thought.
Fall before me.
Yeah, this might be easier than I thought. I really do think this is going to be kind of easy.
We'll meet again.
Oh, there we go. Now we finally have some more characters we can play. Okay, I totally thought that would hit them, not just stay where it was. Oh, no, wrong button. I meant to actually hit the
Cut down.
blow that thing up immediately, and then place that. That should be it. Yeah, we won.
Fall before me.
And with over 75%, so cool. 3 stars. Short and simple to the point. Okay, is that it? I thought... Wasn't there something to do with Su Ding or something where you, like, talk to him? Yeah, there it is. It's honestly just a wrap-up. There's actually not that much important here. Thanks to the both of you, thanks to the both of you, Traveler and your most talented helper. In the course of observing these war games, we've seen all sorts of combat strategies put into practice and a wide range of complex scenarios that we can analyze and learn from. Now we just need to broaden our model by taking into account the different types of soldiers and their special traits. We'll then be able to create a variety of scenario-based training manuals for different units to study. If the two of you are interested, I'd be happy to provide you with said manuals next time we meet. That way you'll be able to try out different scenarios in your spare time. I mean, cool, I guess. Like I said, it really wasn't that long an event, but okay. We know that the two of you are very busy, so we tried to cut down the number of similar scenarios so that it didn't get too repetitive. Of course, if you haven't had enough, you're welcome to come back and keep playing anytime. Anyway, on behalf of the Millilith General Staff and the representatives of all other participating entities, allow me to express my sincere gratitude. With any luck, we'll get a chance to work with you in the future. That way, we shall get even better at wiping out monsters and securing our lands. Once again, sure. Honestly, this event wasn't half bad, so I'll take it. Hold on. Whew. That kind of hurt. Wonderful, bubble in my throat, and that just did not want to make me feel better. Everything's gone smoothly. Not only did we manage to strengthen our connections to the very groups of people we met before, but we've helped people all across the vat too. Besides, Paimon's learned load from watching you wargame. Watching you wargame. Love that. That's a new word, wargame. If we have some time to kill at some point, maybe we can head back and test out some more scenarios. Such as, if an Abyss Mage had to fight out against the Great Snowboard King, who would win? Or, who's the hardest head, a Runeguard or Geovishap? Very interesting examples there, Paimon, but okay. Alright, so we have all the daily commissions. I'm gonna go and get that done right off the bat, I think. Then we don't have to worry about commissions for the rest of the stream. Fun walking over the bridge. Honestly, we could have teleported a little bit closer, but I don't even see what that would have done. It just would have gotten us like a few seconds faster, which, if I'm that crunched for time, I think we have issues. Alright, any rocks for sale? Buy some of these. Alright, and that should give us our daily mission for collecting 10 minerals or whatever it is. Get some.
Add Ast. Thank you for
Claim that.
Add Ast.
Claim this. Okay, and while we're here though, I'm gonna check something real fast. What characters do we have?
Silly
I like being able to check.
churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Ooh.
I said it before about DPS, about how I wanted to get better DPS. I might actually try to get Wanderer up. So, mushrooms found in the Ashavan region and Lokapala? Where's that even at? That is the big question. Where is that at? What the heck? I ain't seen him anywhere. Well, that's fun. Yeah, let me look at that again. What was it?
Wanna come over?
Because I'm not seeing any of them. What the heck? Ashavan and Lokapala. They should be like somewhere down here. Or maybe not down here, but like somewhere in here. Yeah, I don't know why they're not on the map unless this is where they're supposed to be. But even then, we're still missing one. I don't know where exactly it's supposed to be at. And like zooming in doesn't do anything. What about this? Ah, there it is. It's the major regions, which... I mean, I highly doubt we're gonna find anything just from walking around, but... I mean... I guess. Guess if we find something, we find something. Worst comes to worst, I'll look up a guide on how to find these mushrooms, because I'm not gonna search for 3 hours for mushrooms. That's a bit much. Oh, hello. A little bit of lag there. Man, this lag is really coming on right now. What in the world? I'm gonna grab this and... Can you do that? Yeah, you can. Okay.
What a bummer.
Is there another one? Oh, there isn't. No, that's why. I was like, why isn't it unlocked? Okay, cool. I was actually worried we literally, the duration of it ran out the second we attacked, which made me so upset. Okay, let's see if we can just randomly find one of these mushrooms. I don't know if they're on like cliff edges or where they're at.
What a bummer.
Granted though, how far... No, we're like right in the middle of the region, so it should be in here somewhere. Does it say anything specific about where to find them? Oh, no, not that. Found in wild. Lovely. Found in wild is like the best explanation I could get there. Okay, that was weird. Does the archive say anything? Honestly, I've been wondering this for a while, like what all the archons or archive say about stuff. Nope. Mostly trees. Mostly ghosts on trees. Oh. Well, that helps. I guess the archive did kind of do its job of informing me. If only a little, but enough. Alright, let's... I did not appreciate that one. Yeah, over here. Just barely got those drops right before it fell. At least fell all the way anyways, but... Okay, it says on trees, but my bigger question is, does it just say that, and they don't actually spawn on trees, or what? That's my, like, $100 question. Because I don't... I feel like we should have at least seen one by now. This stinks. I will say though, let's try to get this... Oh, this is all the way up there. Lovely. Gotta keep walking. Scratch that. We're gonna have to keep flying. I don't know how to get up there, because there's no way you can climb all the way up. There's gotta be like some sort of, you know, travel way. Or there's that. I see it now. Hold on, let's see. Where's it at? We gotta... Right here. Yep. Okay, so I figured there was some sort of system like this. Granted, I would much rather... Oh wait, hold on. Do I have to like go to the wall for it to track me, or what? Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Oh, but it worked though. Oh, heck yeah. That was lovely. I was super worried that... Well, found one mushroom. Lovely. Only, what, 5 more to go now? I'm almost wondering, can we... I'm gonna swap teams real fast. I don't know how to do that from a key button standpoint, but... I'm gonna do use a Detro character, which, cool. I forgot, I think I used this for like a little bit of exploration because they're just... They have so many things for me. Yep, and it takes me, it looks like, right to the next tree. Which is what I really wanted. And then while we're at it, we can grab the, waypoints, not waypoints, the, oh my gosh, what are they called? The domain and, teleport waystone. Is there any mushrooms underneath me? Doesn't seem like it. Is there anything up here? You know, since these trees are so big, I might as well run on their branches. Okay. There is something right here. I don't know how far up we have to, or how far up we can go, really. I'm gonna take a guess there's no mushrooms over here, though, because I'm not seeing any. Which is aggravating. Is there any other, like, tree branches that we could use to go to the next places? Well, that stinks. Oh, I love how it literally just gave us a one of the points you could use. If I attack this...
Coming through!
Oh, it does take us to the next area, actually. I thought it would just take us back to the one tree. Where does this... Oh, it takes us to all the points. So you can hit this one, or these things on every tree, and it'll, like, take you to all the different locations. Can you... Yeah, you can supercharge these and they blast you farther. I love that little detail, it's kind of cool. I love how in Sumeru, like, everything has some kind of reaction with almost everything. Except Cryo. Unfortunately, Cryo just has nothing, because why not? It does feel kind of bad sometimes. No?
That!
I guess it's already activated, so maybe I didn't have to actually hit it. That's my bad. I'm gonna use this to travel to the next one over here. Maybe there's some mushrooms over here. Looks like a big enough tree to have some. Looks like well more than a big enough tree. Oh, yep, there's one right there. That was entirely right. Up, second one. Lovely. If we can at least get Wanderer to level 50, I think I'd be happy. Another one. I think we need, what, 2 more? Or is it 1 more? Actually, well, scratch that. Was that our 1 more? Okay, we need 1 more. Gosh, these mushrooms are a pain. You just have to travel the tree between tree. Is there anything... I'm gonna hop up here. Oh, actually, there is something up here. Oh, the waypoint, actually. Oh, that's lovely, actually.
Yep.
Oh, and now it's raining again. Lovely. Get a mushroom. Awesome. Can we go farther? No, there doesn't seem to be anything up farther. I will justify that one, though. One guess, though. we're gonna... It's gonna need more mushrooms. Never would guess, though. Never would have guessed, so you need more mushrooms. Gosh, dang it. Oh, whatever. I will say, though, getting to level 50 kind of helps. It's kind of nice. Okay. At least we got him to level 50. I don't think we're gonna do anything with him until later, but that's a lot. Oh wow, that's a lot. Okay, let's go to story quest since that's kind of what I was promising. So what all do we have unlocked? That's my question. We can actually unlock Arlecchinos. Huh. Well, Arlecchinos, Chioris, Navias, Furina. Dear gosh. I didn't know how many we could unlock. Oh, okay, okay. Jeez Louise, I didn't think that was that many. As for what we do next, I don't know. Obviously we can't really do this because you need like 2 keys, don't you? Yeah, you need like 2 keys. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, we could just do... I wonder, you know what, does Furina's... I don't know what Furina's covers. We're gonna do Furina's. Because I don't know what it covers. If it covers, like, after the incident, like, after everything went down in Fontaine, or if it's, like, right in the middle. I don't remember when the character story was released. If it'd be, like, after the fact, I really do kind of want to see what happened to Furina after everything went down, after everybody found out that she wasn't, like, the real Archon. I'm just kind of curious.
Wow, this weather is awesome.
Okay, well, before that, we're going to swap teams back over, because we're not keeping this team. They're, like, so low level. Granted, my team isn't any better, but it's at least more high level than that. Alright, what's the commission?
Hey, Catherine, it's us. Got any new commissions? Specifically one with a huge more attack, perhaps?
Jeez Louise. We're not all about money. Calm down.
It's just being enthusiastic. We're old friends now, she gets it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's always a pleasure to see our 2 most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see.
No money,
Actually,
I guess.
we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
Don't worry about that. We were just kidding. So
Yeah,
what's the
were you
situation?
though? That is
put
my
it
question.
simply,
Were you though?
The requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical.
What?
The original cast member ran into some issues and is currently unable to perform the role. But the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties.
I don't know if I'm a
So
good
unfortunately,
fit for
they
that.
cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
That does sound like a tricky situation. So basically, they're looking for a volunteer?
For a
That's
actor
right.
role, that's
Our adventurers
insane.
reached out to many actresses, but none of them were willing to take the job. There are only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time, they'll probably have to postpone the show. And delays tend to create all sorts of new problems.
That is insane.
Got it. Oh, this one's a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Any ideas?
If a movie producing studio
Even
nowadays
if we
tried to do
took
that,
the
they'd get
commission,
under
neither of us
fire
have any
so fast.
experience starring in musicals.
Yeah, if anyone tried to do that. Oh yeah, just come work for our show. How much I'll get paid? Nothing. You get paid in the smiles of the
If
crowd.
you're interested in helping, why not start by having a chat with the requester? He's right over there.
Oh, so it just
Maybe
got
you
posted.
can't
That's
fill the
why
role
she
yourselves,
wants to dump it on us.
But you might be able to help him figure out another solution. Maybe there's something he hasn't thought of.
Just remove the character. Problem
It's
solved.
that guy, huh? No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon.
What is that? What is that? Like, I never thought I'd call someone who looks so stressed out being like, yeah, they look like they ate a sour lemon. I love the way that Paimon just finds random stuff to say and it somehow makes sense.
Paimon approves, let's go!
Hey, you're the dude who looks like you ate a sour lemon. How
Are
you
you the guy
doing?
looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two. Are you really willing to act in my musical?
I never said that.
Wow, sounds like we're pretty famous in Fontaine already.
Yeah, I never said that.
But to answer your question, neither of us have any experience in musicals. But we heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
Ah, I see. It's okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot.
Yeah, it
If
really
we can't
is.
find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show. It would be such a shame.
Can't you cover the budget for a new actress with ticket fees? Well, that's also saying that they actually get people to come to the show.
That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts. All our sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees. If we had a way to
Yikes.
make this profitable,
That's tough.
things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll disband.
Disband? You're splitting up the troupe?
Oh, I guess the lady at the Adventurers Guild didn't tell you? Yeah, this is supposed to be our final show together as a troupe.
What?
One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways. So we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just fizzle out. Not after all the time and effort we've invested into it.
Catherine mentioned that one of your actresses can't make it, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, the leading lady, in fact.
Oh,
She's been
yep.
dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood.
Yeah, you know, that makes
And
sense.
unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform. The show just won't be the same without her. But for everyone else's sake, I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now. Let's see if we can come up with any ideas.
An actress.
What if
I
we
wonder who
sponsored
will.
the show? Traveler, how much more are you carrying?
Please,
Boy.
there's no need to go that far. I wouldn't feel right
They're just
asking such a
immediately
huge
digging into
favor.
my pockets.
And I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
More isn't the biggest problem. How in the world do we have a bleeding heart and somehow actually have money? I don't believe that. How do we find someone who's a good fit for the role?
Good point. If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show.
I was just more
We
acting how
should
we have to find the
someone
actress
who
just
will
in
put on the
case.
best performance possible. Oh, wait! What about... you know who?
Oh, what is it? Maybe Furina? It'd be so weird that the character quest about Furina has Furina in it. Couldn't imagine.
That's how you know we're the best of partners. Anyway, she should have all the free time in the world right now.
But yeah, considering she's not the
She's
arc.
really good at performing, and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for
Yeah, I'm
her.
gonna take a guess this is after the Archon quest, which
Who
is
are you
kinda
thinking
nice.
of? Sounds like someone famous.
Yep, Furina. Well, never would have guessed.
Her? You're... That was a joke, right?
I literally am
no,
like close to her.
Paimon
What do you
doesn't
want from me?
actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paimon's pretty confident that she'd be really good at it.
Well, considering she acted for over like,
You're not
what,
wrong
how many
there.
years?
She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. They were one of the reasons she was so popular. But even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon,
It is after
it's
everything.
not like she's
Okay.
suddenly a commoner. She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Furina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur troupe like ours.
Nice. Driving it home. You want the show to go on ahead, don't you? Are you prepared to do whatever it takes? Straight up.
Well, yes,
Do you want the
but...
show to go on? Then listen to my
but-
suggestion and deal with it.
Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored to have Lady Furina star in our show. I'm sure the rest of the troupe would be delighted too. I'm sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day. Of
Well,
course,
today's gonna be the
it
day,
all depends
apparently.
on whether she's interested. She might consider this opportunity beneath her.
No point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask her. And besides, things are different now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
You know, well, it's true that kind of, I feel like would drive a knife in, because, like, that's just mean. Been like, oh, you're not the Hydro Archon anymore. Just do it. Like, I
Thank
would
you for your
hurt.
help. I guess I'll just stay here and wait for the good news. Good luck.
Are you
Wait,
expecting
where
good
does
news?
Furina actually live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's, moved out, right?
As it happens, I have her current address here. I can provide it to you.
Are we just doxing Furina?
When did you get here?
I think we just doxed Furina.
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case my assistance is needed. It is my duty to support commissioners in any way I can.
So you can dox
Thank you,
people.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
That's
Well,
crazy.
now that we've got the
That is
address, let's
insane.
go find Furina. Back in a jiffy.
I'm glad we don't have any permanent address. There's no way people are gonna be able to find our address. The Little Oceanid. Aww. That's a cute quest title. I like that. I will say though, it's very interesting that Furina just owns a house in the city. Like, just casually just has a house. All the other Archons have like palaces and stuff, or if you're Venti, you just live out in the middle of nowhere.
She lives here?
Or Zhongli. I guess Nahida
Not
actually
that
does have
there's
some place
anything wrong
good,
with this
but
place. It's just,
and A obviously lives
a
in
bit of a step down from the
gigantic
Palais
temple, but
Mermonia.
still.
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Yikes, she doesn't sound good.
Okay, when did Poppy Got a Thin Air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags. I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food, but now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too.
Yeah, I will admit, macaroni every day is a tad bit
Not
much.
at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
Oh,
Furina,
sounds
are
like
you
you're really
okay?
struggling to cope.
Why is Paimon so blunt about that? That was just... Anyone's bound to take offense like that. Is it because you have to do all your own cooking now?
How rude! Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity!
Well, macaroni
It's
every day
not
kind of
like
says
I
something.
have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too. Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre focilor or blubber profiteroles in no time, if I felt so inclined.
Then do it.
Ah, there it is. You don't know how to cook.
Oh,
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace.
it does kind of
Let me
seem like
first
that.
be
'cause
clear that
we're
I'm
totally
not taking
making fun
guests
of
at
her.
this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoot!
Sorry, we're sorry. Please don't be mad.
Paimon's just showing concern for your well-being. Were we though? Were we though?
Yeah, exactly. What the traveler said. Paimon wasn't trying to make fun of you. Hang on
Were
a sec,
you,
you
though?
weren't exactly holding back either.
That's not important. Don't worry about it. We actually came here to ask for your help.
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon. I don't even have a vision, you know.
But you know, technically you
Don't
weren't
worry,
the
it's
Hydro
nothing
Archon to
that
begin
serious.
with.
It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
If not you, then no one. You're the only person for the job. I'm sure that's gonna hook her in real fast.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about your attitude just now.
Yeah, say that hooked her in
So tell me.
immediately.
What specifically makes this matter so specific?
Tell Furina about the troop's plans for its final performance.
I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way just to amuse yourselves at my expense.
Gosh, I'm not that
After
bad
all,
of a person.
I was
Jeez.
once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well versed in all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities. But
She says
given the present circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you.
True, but I have made a decision to retire from the stage. Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me. Centuries
Furina.
of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once was. Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again. But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
I mean, understandable, honestly.
Paimon can understand, but this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
Paimon,
Whether
that's not the
it's
point.
a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross. If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself, which would be the same as not having a boundary in the first place.
She's
So
got
I'm
a
not
point.
going to perform, and that is that.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare. Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
I say she probably has connections.
Nope.
Okay, well, never mind. Apparently
Short
not.
and to the point. Okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides,
gosh.
anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me. Since
is
I'm
she
just an
okay?
ordinary person now, they'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help.
Oh my gosh, is Furina alright? I feel like this character quest is gonna turn into like a whole just caring for Furina moment. Like, geesh, like a no comments. I feel bad for her. Shouldn't assume the worst of people. What's wrong with making one exception?
True,
Gosh.
but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for. Ooh, no way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it. Nope, not happening.
You know, she sounds a lot more normal
Is there
now, I will say.
anything else we can do? This performance really means a lot to the guy we're working
Like, obviously,
for.
you know, she's still
Have I
her
not
and
made myself
everything.
clear?
It's still sad,
You're
but
barking up the wrong tree.
she sounds a lot
I
more
don't
like
want this job,
herself.
nor do I know of anyone else who would.
Or more like her,
Sorry.
a person that she can
I didn't
be,
mean for that
not
to
someone
sound
she
so
has to be.
harsh. I wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
It's all right, Furina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troupe will be so disappointed.
Let's try and come up with the plan B, because it's about all you can do, really.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can do now. All right, then. We'll see you around, Furina.
Toodaloo to you, too. I'm going home to take a rest now.
Yeah, I really hope by the end of this character quest we do something for her or about her, because this makes me feel terrible. Well, that's all we can do, I guess.
It's too bad, but we have to respect Furina's decision.
Well, yeah.
Maybe the thought of performing brings up too many painful memories now.
I really will say, though, I mean, can we really blame her? This poor girl has been acting for years upon years,
What's
being
going
someone she's
on? Are
not.
they arguing?
Now she finally has a chance to not have to act.
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
Oh.
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
Oh, so she's
And
not...
that gives you the right to make a
crazy
decision
bad,
on my
but-
behalf?
Shortly after you left, the troupe's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform.
Yeah, I
Excuse
bet.
me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Furina go?
Sadly, it's
I'd
a no
say-
from her.
I
We
think
tried
that's
to
a great thing
persuade
you'd
her,
wanna
but she
hear.
wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal reasons.
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Yeah, but is she really
Oh,
okay?
right! Sounds like everything worked itself out then.
Imagine if we had managed to convince Furina to join, only for her to find out she's no longer needed. Yikes, that would have been bad.
Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
I don't think she'd be livid.
Jeez, is Lady Furina really so harsh with people?
No,
Only
just
joking.
us.
Calm down. So, guess we can consider this case closed now, huh?
Yeah, no, I feel like it'd be only us.
Despite
I don't
the
know
fact
what
that
we
we
did, but I
failed
guess
to
we
complete
deserve
the
it.
commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Oh? The dot. What is that supposed to mean?
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you. So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly.
Oh,
I'll
boy.
definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day. I share
Whenever I
everyone's
hear new
desire to
medicine
commemorate all
in
our
this
years
game,
as
it
a
makes me
troupe
feel
with a
like
proper
something bad's
farewell
about to
show.
happen.
So, the last thing I want is to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
You're right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show. I should have asked for your permission first.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on.
Paimon, wait here a second. What?
Sure.
What does the Traveler see? You thought you were slick, huh?
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list.
Really?
All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me.
Yeah, I say we're gonna drag you. Stop acting like you're hiding.
Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
Furina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned, that's all.
Yeah.
When you came to
okay.
talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things.
Is she apologizing?
And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down.
She's
I'm sorry,
apologizing.
Paimon.
Oh, what? Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
Then why didn't you just show yourself? Yeah,
You
really.
really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you? I felt very
Traveler might not
sheepish,
talk much, but
having
the
had a
Traveler
change
says
of
a lot of
heart
important
after
stuff.
flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me. But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Furina star in our show?
Yeah, so that's gonna take her
There's
back.
no need to think like that. And no need to keep addressing me as lady. Just Furina is fine.
I don't think anybody
I
can
was
just do
wondering,
that.
if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away,
you know what?
you'll
She's
find a way through.
Got a fair point. actually.
We all want to believe that, but some things are just beyond our control. Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe.
What happened to
She
your
kept us
director?
going.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe. And tragically, she...
Oh.
was a victim in this serial disappearances case.
Ooh.
What?
That's actually how I recognized these two.
That's tough.
It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice. But still, no sentence can bring our director back to us.
She was a
That's
loyal fan
rough.
of your performances, Miss Furina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life, and convinced them to join her troupe. She wrote her own scripts,
Wow.
acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us.
Wow.
People loved
Actually,
our
that's
performances back
impressive.
then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
And then
And
when you
then
lost her.
disaster struck.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can. But despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart.
Man,
It's agonizing.
that's awful.
But ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
Oh.
That's tough. And all because someone decided they want to use the primordial seawater. Wow,
What a
nice
terrible
guys.
waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
No?
Furina.
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member.
Oh,
But
look at
only
that.
if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely. We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
I
think
don't
she cares
need
that
any
much.
compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director. Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epiclese is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high. The law only
Wow.
judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them?
A verdict can bring emotional catharsis. They come pouring out and flow away into infinity. I have to admit, and like, I'm not gonna say I like the fact that she's sad and stuff, but this new Furina is definitely... It feels weird. Going from the Furina who was, like, better than everyone else and, like, sat up on her high throne, and then seeing her like this, where she's really humble. Which, granted, once again, what she's been through, I mean, geez Louise, one would assume. But, I don't know. I guess it's just strange to me, seeing her like this. Pouring out yet.
An interesting answer. But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time. Take, for
That's-
example,
well,
how
that's
this troupe pines
impressive.
for their late director. Things such as this I have never witnessed before, and so I should like to observe, perchance to understand.
Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh? You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
Paimon?
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
That's not what that meant.
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Since it's you, I'll do it, especially since it's related to Serial Disappearances case. Not really, though. Probably only because it's Furina we'd probably go.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Furina's performances, as of course we all are.
I actually
All right,
probably have no reason
follow me.
otherwise.
We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
I wonder where it's at. Is it like actually in a building or what? Right here. I don't want to accidentally teleport to the underground because that would be a pain to try to fix. It's like literally right underneath us. What the heck? And boom. Oh, like it's literally, we literally enter a house. What the heck? I was not prepared for that one, honestly. Oh, this is adorable. I mean, they were
Lady Furina?
They were definitely right about it being small.
What's Lady
but
Furina
it's
doing
adorable.
here?
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Miss Furina will be supporting our production of The Little Oceanid in the role of artistic consultant. These two over here are the ones that made it possible.
They're so
They
excited,
kindly reached
and
out
it's
to
so
Miss Furina
cool.
on our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction.
You bet! That was the trial of the century!
Great, I'm glad we know my
You
see me
helped
by
bring
the
our
trial.
director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
So I guess
please
great,
don't
it makes
mention
sense
it.
why
We're
they're
just here to join in on
why
the
they know
fun.
us.
So, you were saying the Little Oceanid?
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director. One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Aw.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Finding an actress was the least of your problem. This is true. I wish we would have known that before, that you straight up just didn't finish the script.
Yeah,
It's kind of an
we've been
important
battling
part.
issues on every front, trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about.
If it's what I
The
think it is, I
protagonist of the
swear upon
story
everything.
is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family.
Does she
She
fall in love
longed
with the
to
prince?
live just like any other human. And sure enough,
my-
she found friendship and even love. Everything seemed perfect.
And what? She
But
got
one
something-
day, her true identity was
Yep.
exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
And it's unfinished.
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script.
Oh, great, joyous.
We need a
love it.
proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
Oh,
We
boy.
still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
Ooh. I kind of want to hear the ending to both.
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Exactly.
honestly.
A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own.
Well, it also depends on how
And
you
one last
present
thing.
the show and what it's
We're
about.
still waiting on confirmation from two of our main actors. The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script. But the deadline's passed, and we still haven't heard from him.
Maybe he's so
The other is
stressed out about it
Villemont,
that he's still
who
hiding
plays
in
the
there.
main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since. He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Although,
Especially if you're not going to practice and all
now
that's
that we
a
have
bit
Miss Furina
insane.
helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Just say Lady Furina's helping us and everyone just
Maybe you're
freaks out.
unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
A role model?
Oh, stop.
Oh,
You're
gosh.
making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way.
Oh gosh. She doesn't need her ego
the
back.
reason
Calm down,
they're
guys.
dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing. But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Oh, great.
Makes sense. Okay, priority number 1. Let's check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending.
That would be a good idea.
He went back to Poisson a few days ago. Said that staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite.
Gosh.
A friend in need and all that.
If my home was just flooded, I definitely want people over. I would never. Oh gosh.
Poisson.
Is something wrong? I can kind of guess what she's thinking,
Nothing.
but
I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the show. So, allons-y. To Poisson!
I wonder if she's thinking they're gonna blame her for not, quote unquote, doing more, even though she really couldn't have done more. I feel like a lot of people probably don't like her for acting this whole time because, you know, if she was acting, then oh gosh, why are you acting? You could have saved us all if you were the real one, everything else. I still think it's so funny knowing that no one knew Furina was not the Archon for that long. I feel like something should have given it away, but I guess nobody genuinely wanted to think about it. Which honestly makes a lot of sense. They just loved Furina based on the way she acted and stuff, so they never really questioned whether she was the Archon. They were just happy the way things were.
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
I always love them walking upstairs or like
Who is
steps
it?
where it's just like kind of goes like teleport,
It's me.
teleport
Is the script ready?
as they're walking.
You came all the way here for that?
Yeah.
All right. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
You can't stay in there
Nice
forever.
try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
Nah, kick the door open. Tell them to get out.
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show.
And like they still have
Even
to
once he's
practice
done,
it too.
it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Someone told me
What
they'd
the
just
heck?
seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are. And Furina, too.
Oh boy.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
Yikes.
So you're here for Paolo? Looks like he could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime. I've made all the arrangements already.
Yeah, so I was figuring
it's
she doesn't
okay.
want to look good.
We can just wait here.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll. Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
Yeah, I say, someone finally picked up on it.
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
Nah, say she feels personally
I'm
responsible, and
Sorry to hear that.
Navia was the one who
I wish
basically
there was
took the
something
front
I
of
could
all
do.
of it.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet? We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do. And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Thank you for
True.
your words of comfort. You make a very good point. But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
It's okay. These things take time. Moving on from a painful experience is easier said than done. Which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here
Yep.
is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe.
That's kind
To
of what I was
avoid upsetting
thinking.
the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress, playing the role of Furina.
I figure they were gonna
It's
have
not
a lot
a
of
perfect
hatred.
solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
Well,
That is
what
very
do you
sweet of her.
expect?
Because
I am the
Furina would
courageous
have
and
gotten
considerate
just torn
president
apart.
of Spina di Rosula, after all. Like my father before me. Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
Aw. I think it's still sweet how even after all that, she doesn't necessarily blame Furina. Probably also because she
Off
had
we
a...
go then. Let's take a look up there.
It's probably because Navia had a
I
closer
don't
eye
have
and
any
all
friends
that.
that I can be
And-
frank and honest with.
And saw that Furina
So
wasn't actually
maybe
a bad
she's
person.
right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
Aww. Man. This hurts. I feel so bad for her. She just deserved none of this and basically protected the secret for so many years to try to help out Fontaine, and now Fontainians don't like her.
I'm so grateful that Miss Navia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
I see. I thought it was very apparent
Yeah.
the second it happened.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me. Which, of course, I completely understand and accept.
Yeah. Especially looking at some of the faces, you can tell that not
Yeah,
everyone believed
I
Navia.
can tell people are watching me.
Stop
I'm
looking at
sure
her.
some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
Maybe taking on a bit too much in one go. Me too, it's not like you. I mean, I understand why she's doing it, it's just I would rather wish she didn't. She feels like she has to do it because of everything that happened.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
Look,
Yeah,
there
she is
seems to
trying
be a
to
crowd
change.
gathering over there.
They're not saying quite either. Yeah, she needs to get out of there.
Probably time we made a move.
Ah, look at that.
How about we check out Spina di Rosula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
Surely we don't get stopped by someone. That'd be nice. I'm gonna just... I know nothing would probably happen, but I don't really want to deal with any of that. I'm good. Poor Furina already feels like she wants to cry. And she hasn't even had to deal with any, like, direct confrontation with people yet. I don't even want to imagine, truthfully.
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
I mean, technically I knew it wasn't going to be a relaxing stroll, and I'm fine
We
with that.
don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different side of you.
Great. Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet.
I don't
I
think I'm
don't
going to
know
disappear.
whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind.
Yeah, that would
One
probably
after
terrify
another,
anyone.
people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
That's like
You shouldn't look at it like that. You were only doing your duty.
Yeah, there's literally nothing she could have done. Her job was to lie until the end, which it's kind of dumb that she's being blamed for all this. Like, I can understand people are upset, and reasonably so, but after a while you have to realize that Furina wasn't the person that caused all this, and it's not really her fault.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated. Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne. Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst-case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves. Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally regained my freedom. But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
I would not say that.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
Think of your freedom as your reward. Which, I mean, it is. After having to be constrained for so many years.
A reward?
Because now you can finally speak your heart. You don't have to be anguished and alone anymore. Straight up, literally.
I guess so. And back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing a secret I swore to protect. Believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here.
Yeah.
You could at least try to do the same.
I mean, Paimon's trying to be nice. She just is not going about it in the right way. What Paimon meant to say was, she doesn't like to see you so down. Do you feel better having gotten this all this off your chest? I mean, I'm gonna go with the whole Paimon translation because true.
I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands. All right, it's about time to head back.
She sounds a bit
Polo
better
should
now.
have finished
That's
the ending
good.
by now.
Sure. Okay, let's head back and check it out.
That's better. I won't say she should be entirely, like, off the walls, ecstatic kind of happy, but I feel like she at least deserves a little bit of happiness. I mean, geez. It's not fair to leave her all on her own.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Ah,
Too
come on.
bad.
It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is? I'm not about to pass on free food.
You know, he's got
Anyway,
a point there.
my character
He's got a
doesn't need to
point.
be slim and good looking. That's your job.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've
Aww.
spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with junk all the time.
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again.
I don't think that's just arguing.
We're back. Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
Yeah, I don't think that was just arguing. I think she was
You're back.
genuinely just concerned.
We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead.
I mean, same with him. He's
Paulo's
concerned about
nearly
her,
done.
and she's concerned about him.
We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but
crane?
he outgrew that role.
Aw.
Well, the costume at least.
Hey, that's just mean.
So now he's playing the boar instead.
Paimon, you can't say anything.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right.
But
He
she
has some
laughed.
pretty memorable lines too.
I wish it actually
like when he
made
imparts
sound,
some
but
solemn
I think
words
she
of
laughed.
wisdom to the little Oceanid. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Ooh.
That sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I
the
was
most
thinking.
important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was
Keeps looking
gone
at Furina
that we
like-
realized how tough her job really was.
Keeps looking at Furina
You
like,
mentioned earlier that the troop is like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and once my family found out it couldn't be treated, they decided they didn't want me anymore. I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time.
That's
It was
messed
like
up.
that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes. She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up.
Oh my gosh.
I know it was all a huge burden on her.
Yeah, that's kind of
She sounds
impressive.
like a really incredible person.
She really was. She gave
There's-
everything she had to her troupe and the people in it.
There's like no reason you would have
All
to
of
do
us
that.
were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer, my parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage.
Oh.
The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer." It was just to taunt me, though. I was an easy target, and they knew it. One day,
Wow.
I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore. So I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point. Thought the whole world was out to get me.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first
Yeah,
time in
same.
my
She
life,
just happened to
I
meet
was
you at the right
somewhere I
moment.
felt safe. And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
The day you hoped would never come. How times change.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant, Miss Furina.
Furina? The Furina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
Please.
Okay.
The honor is all mine.
Hold on.
I
Oh,
was
gosh.
profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
I don't use the word because personal reasons, but the God or whatever, it always makes me laugh because I saw something a while ago where Kava, I think it's Kave. How do you say? I believe that's how you say it, it's Kave. Where Kave says it as well, and it's that funny idea that they don't actually have gods. They have aeons, or not aeons, archons. Once again, games mix up in your head over and over. It's insane. But you know, them having archons, so you should more say like, oh, you know, oh my archon, not. I don't know. For me, I guess I find that super hilarious whenever I see them say stuff like that, because it's like, You guys don't actually have gods, though. You have archons, so what's up with that? It's just one of those funny things. Some people might not find that as funny as I do, but whenever I see it, I always love to just sit there and laugh for a few seconds.
Here.
But, like,
Even so, this is just...
dude just started
Oh, wow.
freaking
I'm sorry.
out, though. That was insane.
I'll try to calm down. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script.
Let's see, what
I'm
did he
sure
say?
you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little Oceanid decides she wants to become a human, against the wishes of her family. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city.
Oh my.
But then, disaster strikes.
That's such a
The
beautiful
people start to notice that
picture.
all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it and investigate the truth of the matter together.
Yo, what?
In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land, as if driven by a consciousness of its own.
Normally I wouldn't pause for this, but like... What? What happened to, like, the quote-unquote love story that just happened? Like, I feel like half the story is about them falling in love, and half the story is them all of a sudden being in a strong enough relationship to basically save the world. What the world? I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't like it. Great story. I think it's really... I guess he, did a lot of time and effort into it, but I don't like it. I really don't. I think it's too weird.
Consciousness? You mean the water is sentient?
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret.
Oh, don't tell me they
The
hate her
little
for
Oceanid
it.
is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away,
Really?
and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover, and the rest of humanity.
Wow,
But
that's
didn't
lame.
they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them after that?
Well, she
I
mainly
was- I
wanted to
don't
save
like
her lover,
traffic endings. I
plus
don't know what it
everyone
is.
who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love. One that extended to all of humanity. Surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
There's actually something else that bothers me.
You
You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible.
And this is why they couldn't decide on the ending.
What about if the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her, her lover makes sure her secret never gets out, and humanity continues down the path to extinction?
That sounds awful.
Sounds
What?
like too cruel of an ending to me. And perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death. Both arbitrary and meaningless. On the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, she disappeared without a trace. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly, all the signs seemed to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
The director was the kindest soul in the world. Yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
Yeah, I will admit that's kind
But
of awful.
doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen? It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
But like, why was she?
I've been trying to
picked?
follow
That's
up on that ever
weird.
since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont might know something, but he won't open up to me.
And who's this?
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah, what does he know?
He's been overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me.
Are they really gonna play this game?
Well, speaking of the play being true to life, I was deeply, madly in love with O'Reilly.
I thought this was gonna be a competition thing, but...
You kept that one quiet.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel.
Yeah, that was...
I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her, and she'd never considered us as potential romantic partners.
Yeah, that's
not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. Aww. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well, maybe then she could reconsider what she really wanted in her life. And now, that day will never come.
I don't think she would ever reconsider, but...
So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by O'Reilly. I won't let anyone get in the way of that.
In that case, you have to straighten things out with Villemont once and for all, face to face.
True.
We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything. One of them has to compromise if we're ever going to reach a final decision.
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time to go visit Villemont.
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But for the sake of our final performance, I'll do whatever it takes. Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
Let's just say she's gone through similar.
Come on, everyone. Allons-y!
I thought nobody else besides us sees like everything she's going through is exact, or not everything she's going through. Everything that's being talked about in the story is like exactly what she went through. It's just funny that nobody's like actually realizing that fact. But whatever. I guess we shall know the truth.
This is tough going. Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
Can I bring this? No. Okay.
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
Where? We're out in the middle of nowhere. Where the heck are we at?
As if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour.
Okay. Somebody's all of a sudden hyping me up a bit too much.
Why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Furina in a fight before.
Fight.
Yeah, but
fight.
Don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into indemnitium. As Furina said so herself.
Precisely.
Our eyes, I love it. We're like,
And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
So much.
That
We're like,
sounded
yeah,
so
okay.
smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
Oh gosh. Is this la vie? I think that's how you say it, but I'm not sure. This doesn't require god-level powers. Don't you know any self-defense? No, that's actually a fair point.
Hey, lay off, all right? My bluff is hanging from a thread here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got carried away. Please help us out, would you?
Aw, too bad. I was so pumped to feast my eyes on fight mode Furina.
Sorry to leave all the heavy lifting to you.
Nah, I'm used
Don't
to
worry,
it.
piece of cake.
You can't say that. I should be the one to say it, considering I'm the one who has to actually fight. I was actually, it's kind of funny because I was actually thinking I was gonna give Furina as a trial character, so hearing that she wasn't fighting is kind of funny.
Supporting fight!
Absorption test. No, my sword.
I know, level 61, that's a bit much.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Stand clear.
Come on, just go down already. Oh, wait, what the heck? How did I break it? Oh, its shield got broken on fire before. Not my side, but I'm using from her tower.
Animal test 63.
Oh, crap. Going around that, because that would have been bad.
Rain outlines your fate.
Oh, great. Are you kidding me? And then a fence post stops me from attacking. Lovely. I actually thought that was going to heal me, but I guess not. That's tough.
Don't get too close!
Absorption test. No, my sword.
Oh. I guess we finish off the cryo one somehow.
Bravo! Good show. You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Oh wait, I just realized that's a really good chest in there. Yeah, hold on, we're gonna do this one. Right, because we have time. Oh yeah, we got time. Okay, we might not have time. I don't like these enemies.
Fire it
are way
up.
too powerful.
Here's backup!
Stand clear.
Like, obviously not
Let me
crazy.
lead you. Enhanced panel module 7.
I just don't like them.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Oh, especially since these are the big twisty ones where they like punch you. That's really not good. Yeah, I don't like this one.
Don't get too close!
I mean, granted, we are doing some damage. Not as much as I would like.
Time to go!
Actually, what is getting down?
Fire it up!
Animal test 6308.
What the heck?
Rain outlines your fate.
Or at least get one of these guys to finish off first. There you go. At least we got one to finish off first.
Stand clear.
Hopefully we're not doing more than
No,
one.
my sword.
Surely. I really hope not all these islands have the exact same fight. Like some of them are just like not challenges. What is it called? Like puzzles or
What
something.
a
There you
cute
go.
treasure coffin!
Gosh, I love that. Treasure coffin. That's not a treasure coffin. It's a treasure chest. Okay. Very interesting way of getting me up here. That was bizarre. Okay, I was like, was there like anything in the chest, or was it just primo gems? The heck? What is this? Like... Okay, so we get here and then have to hit it again, I'm guessing? Yeah. So you just have to basically keep hitting it while we go. That was a tad bit close. Alright, well.
If we bury it, maybe it'll spring back to life.
think that's actually... That's why I said I wanted to do this real fast, because I thought it would have been shorter, which I guess I was right. Cool. I'll take a huge chest. These are awesome. And they give you, like, what, 20? Or, I guess 10. So it was like 20 primo gems, but whatever. We'll take 10. Though, once again, I wish it was 20. 20 would have been nice. He's up here?
Vilma, are you there?
He's just out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Furina doing here?
Don't ask questions. Focus.
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop. We now have everyone except you.
Dutifully explains the whole sequence of events so far.
You think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone?
I mean, I would like to know what happened.
I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
What happened?
Fiamma, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
Ooh.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Fiamma. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show.
And her
The
death
Little
couldn't have had something
Oceanid
to do
cannot
with
be
him, 'cause he
complete
didn't
unless we do
it.
justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one.
What?
As you all
That was
know
just
already,
rude.
the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized the drink in question was synth.
Oh, no.
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
I remember that it induces a state of euphoria, but it also causes significant harm to the body.
I freaked out when I saw the boxes.
Yeah, as
And I
would
told
anyone.
the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious.
Yep.
Berated us for going back on our word and
then
threatened
came
to
back and
sue us for
grabbed her.
damages. The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
And then?
I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault.
Man.
But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything.
Geez, well, we outright say it. You brought the director to the attention of the synth dealers. Your mistake gave them a motive to kidnap and murder her. Sheesh, I'm not gonna... You really shouldn't just say that outright.
Yeah.
Even if everybody
I got
knows
Aurelie
it.
killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean you were afraid? This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her! How could you be so stupid?
He's actually not mad about the things I thought he would have been
try
mad
not
at.
to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Yeah. Oh.
Stay calm?
Yeah, say stay calm.
How
that'll
can I stay
that'll calm
calm?
him down.
This guy got Aurelie murdered. She was the love of my life.
Just stay calm, bro.
He
Oh yeah,
has
let
the
me just
gall
do
to
that.
try and high road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show. How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but that won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now?
I mean,
I'm just
really
a
though, what
coward
would he have?
who made an awful,
what would it have
terrible
done?
mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve.
Yes, the
End
dude
my
has
life.
already destroyed
So
himself
I can meet the
about it.
director and apologize to her in person.
Yes.
Get out of my sight. Go, get lost. I don't ever want to see your face again.
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough.
Ooh.
Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
Thank you, Furina.
You're right.
Heck yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go Furina. That
On
was
stage,
awesome.
the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters.
Enough for you guys to argue.
To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her. And that's what you should be celebrating. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything she did for you?
Yeah, she doesn't need to be a hero twice. Dang.
So think
Go
hard about
Furina.
what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other. If you really
Furina.
hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director Aurelie and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, for a moment there, it felt like our director was back with us again. If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle person.
Well, sometimes
course
being
she
gentle
was.
also comes with
Even her harshest lectures
being-
came from a place of kindness.
Yeah, there
and
you
it
go.
showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
To be gentle, you also have to be firm.
What you said, it
Being
really
gentle all
puts
the
everything
time
into
allows people to
perspective.
walk all over you.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
So, the ending. What are we gonna do about it?
I would prefer not
Clearly,
any of these
everyone needs
endings.
to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters. When emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray. The end of the story needs to focus back on Aurelie herself. She's the true star of the show.
It might actually be possible to find out more about her fate.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right.
Wait, what?
You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims. If
No
you could find
way.
anything that Aurelie left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
You really think that's possible?
Yo, Furina's actually
I
right
trust
about that. I
that
forgot
nobody
about that.
would object to the ending of the story being based on Aurelie's true feelings.
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
Come, let's pay a visit
Easy.
to the
We
Palais
got this.
Mermonia. The rest of you, head back back to the rehearsal location for now and wait for our good news.
I was actually thinking we were gonna have to go back to the base, but I guess it's all evidence, so that would make sense that they all took it in. It is still funny. Wait, are we even gonna be able to walk right in? Granted, obviously, I feel like the Traveler would be able to, because I don't think anybody cares about us just walking in, but... I'm just curious about Furina, if, like, Furina would get in trouble. Especially since we're about to go, you know, into, like, basically what is police evidence. I don't even know if they'd allow her.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case? But, that case has been closed for quite a while now. Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit an application. Okay, please hold on. I'll have someone dig them out.
Wait, we can do that? Since it's having to retrieve the box of Aurelia's former belongings.
This is all Aurelie left behind.
Even if it was evidence?
Just whatever she was carrying on her person and this tattered old notebook.
Hey! It's full of script lines! And sketches too! Looks like they show where the different props should be placed on stage.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after she was kidnapped. Aha! I found something. To whoever discovers this diary. Let's see. Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. She even mentions the truth behind the experiments on dissolving young women.
Oh my.
If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vacher's guilt.
Granted, we already
Vacher
found
took
that,
so many lives. It's still so unthinkable how many victims he had.
I guess Aurelie must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would one day be of use to investigators.
Wow.
Wait, it cuts off.
Is something wrong?
Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left. Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
Oh, no. I don't know if I want to read it. Someone else was taken. That makes 6. Or perhaps 7. Someone tried to escape yesterday but was caught. She hasn't been seen since. Was that yesterday? Maybe not. I've long since lost track of time. Sorry, I don't know if writing this is of any use or how much longer I can do it for. I can already see my fate approaching, but what terrifies me even more is the thought of seeing others from the troop here. Have I truly protected them? Sorry, I'm so sorry I can write no more. I think I have a fever and my old stomach problems have returned, but nobody has given me any medicine. I suppose I'm more fortunate than Creasy. The pain keeps her awake at night. I suppose they think that anything goes so long as the experimental subjects it can be used up before they die. It's so damp here, I have given her my blanket. So cold, so... Oh my gosh, this is awful. As long as one persists, all things will pass as a reward for hard work. I'd like to tell them such things, but it is I who am losing my grip. If anyone sees this, troop, safe, I, them, important, please farewell, apologize, life, perform, future... regret, Cleo. No. Yeah, I think it's Cleo. Page is an absolute mess, and the writer's pen seems to have wandered at its surface at random. Only some words can be made out, and barely at that. From this page onward, the diary stops, to be replaced with lyrics from musicals. Some are written in the form of newspaper clippings, others are written with many crossing outs and changes. It is apparent that the pages have been referenced often, and that this is a personal notebook of artistic director Aurelie. No words. That sounds
nightmarish. She was so terrified.
Jeez Louise, I did not think this Archon quest, or not Archon, this character quest was going to go like this. This is awful. She had to watch a girl get dissolved right in front of her and had to wait for her own death in silence.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her troop, but at the end of the day, she was only human. I can't bear to think how painful and lonely her final days must have been.
Genshin definitely started to go down the route of making sure to have some strong emotions.
This part on the last page sounds strangely familiar.
They did not hold back, that is for sure. Flipping through the notebook, the lyrics continue. However, one page has been torn out, folded up, and placed next to the last blank page. At the bottom of the folded note are 2 new lines that Rayleigh has written, in handwriting much more legible than before. But it seems that they took her both great effort and a great deal of time to write. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want? Because I am an older sister to them, I love them. Wait, what? If you can reveal your secret to no one, you'll face suffering and loneliness. So that references the play, but the last line is just her? I'm confused on what they have to do in tandem.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Isn't that the most important line in the Little Oceanid?
Because I am an older sister to them.
So she suffered in the end because she was an older sister.
So she didn't regret her decision. Even as she sat in silence, waiting for death to come. I'm sure this is what the troupe would have hoped to hear as well. She had their utmost trust, admiration, and love. And she truly deserved it.
Yeah, because even near the end, she was still thinking about them.
Let's go. It's time for them to learn Director O'Reilly's final thoughts.
Wow. I think it's insane that someone can act like that in their final moments. Because, like, not saying that people are, like, turn into bad people, but, you know, in final moments in situations like those, that is terrifying. And yet her immediate thoughts and stuff are all about, essentially, her family and her troop members. That's a kind of love that you can't put into words. That's just impressive. Gosh. If I had known that Hoya would start adding a bunch of emotional scenes into their game, I would have been prepared for that. Because obviously, like, Honkai is very emotional, but, I mean, geez, I didn't know that Genshin would be getting the same treatment. Whew. After reading through the notebook, some are lost for words, some weep bitterly, and some grind their teeth and howl with rage. And Furina so doubly so. A long time passes before the group is able to calmly come together and finally make a decision.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the audience the courage and selflessness that she showed in the face of death, then it's a meaningful way to end the story.
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a trail for others to follow.
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself. We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary.
No, I said the second they read that, they probably all agreed
well,
instantly.
Vilma, if we put the past aside for now, do you think you can bring yourself to go ahead with the show?
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance, to make this a show worthy of our director. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director O'Reilly and her alone.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus.
Well,
I have a feeling that this will turn out to be the most mesmerizing performance of your lives.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen them perform before?
She might just know, honestly.
Don't underestimate my experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role, pouring all your emotion into your performance. And aren't human emotions, love, hate, regret, and hope, just the most mesmerizing things in this world? I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
Dang, Furina.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Furina. And thank you for supporting us through all this.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of the ending and get it nailed down once and for all.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a proposal. During the curtain call, please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was originally meant to be played by the director. I'm just filling in for her. Besides, a role commemorating her life should be associated with her name.
Well, if you're sure you're okay with that, I have no objection to it.
That's a wonderful thought, though. I love that.
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe.
No, it's not like she actually needs her name to be
I'll
said
leave you
for
to
anything
fine-tune your
important.
musical while I go and procure a stage.
What?
Procure a stage?
Is this not the stage?
Oh, it's okay. Our usual place doesn't need a reservation.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show, we need an extraordinary stage. By which
Furina?
I, of course, mean the Opera Epiclese.
Furina?
Whoa, wait, what?
Farina, you need
No,
to
no, no,
calm
no, no.
down.
That's never going to work. It's far too fancy for the likes of us.
What are
I mean,
you
we are
afraid
talking
of?
about Furina here, but like...
Surely you don't think that Aurelie's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine.
Yo, Furina, you gotta calm down.
No, though, that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
Yeah, believe in yourselves, go big or go home. I mean, that is going big, alright.
I have no problem with it then. How about the rest of you?
Jeez Louise, that is insane.
I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Just completely
It really
ignores
is
their
a
looks.
dream
Alright,
come
let's go.
true.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me too. Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Nervilette. I know just where to find him.
Yeah, that's convenient. Yeah. Let me guess, is he working? If he's not working, I'd be impressed. No? He's not? Is he sniffing the flowers? Is he literally outside
Hey,
looking
look
at flowers
at that.
and stuff?
Looks like I guessed right.
What?
You were just guessing?
I mean, that is kind of funny that she was guessing, but what is he doing?
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Furina. And you too, Traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event. You see...
Share the story of the little ocean of Nouvellette along with the
I
box.
understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult. The story of the
Love
little
it.
Oceanid is most fascinating.
My name just
I'm looking
immediately
forward to
powers
seeing
through
it performed on stage. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
What do you mean? Do I look excited?
You kind of
Yes.
sound excited.
And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and... well, here we are. In the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, but I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life. Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Why would you suddenly ask a question like that?
Well, if the Little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire.
This is
The
true.
experiences and decisions of the protagonist, Cleo, are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited to playing the leading role. It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding acting talents once more.
I don't think
Haven't I already made myself clear? I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exceptions. Nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off the stage. This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot, and it has already been well worth the price of admission. I must admit, though, I'm a little envious. They're quite fortunate to be able to bid farewell to their past in such a magnificent manner.
Technically,
I
you
see.
could too.
Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not. I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
Thanks, Nervalect.
He's great.
You are very welcome.
And I love, like, the genuine concern he has for Furina, even after knowing that she's lied for this whole time. Like, it's just so cool. I'm really glad Neuvillette is just such a kind person like that. And the fact that you could just tell, like, he's cared for Furina for so long. And that even after, like, everything that happened, he still doesn't really care. There wasn't like a, oh, you're not an Archon anymore, I don't really care what happens to you. It's like a, oh, you're not an Archon anymore, let me take care of you instead. It's just, it's nice. Plus,
Good
seeing
news,
Neuvillette
everyone.
do it is just adorable.
It's
I love
done.
it.
The Opera Epiclese is booked. Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Neuvillette was moved to provide us with a fitting stage for this special performance.
Okay.
We've had to fight every
convinced
step
him.
of the way for
Not
this
the fact that we
opportunity.
walked up and he just
But
agreed.
we now have all of the ingredients necessary to stage a truly spectacular performance. A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast. Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
This is truly wonderful.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse. Fiamma and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to resonate with the audience now.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation? That's great!
That felt more
Communication
like
is vital to any good performance.
Look at us! We've come so far. I never could have pictured this scene a few days ago.
You know, I thought their acting troupe was a lot bigger, but there's literally like
Furina's still
5
being a
people.
bit of a drama queen about it all. She's really fired everyone up.
I'm really looking forward to the final production. Me too.
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your input.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
Aww. Oh, I'm sorry, I guess there's 6 people. 7, I guess, if you're including Furina. Aww. These are all... I love those
Cursed
pictures.
Clea.
That was beautiful.
She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her.
I love how it says,
The
like,
ignorance
Cleo's
and
the one
hatred
played
of our
by,
people is
and
to
then shows
blame.
all the characters.
How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Wow. Granted, I wish they did a cutscene for this. That would have been so cool, but I'll take it, honestly. They still did a really good job of showing it.
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time.
And she's enjoying herself.
If only...
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage.
Why does it have to be now?
Furina.
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second now.
He's like, you?
Oh no, not again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
What? I thought they cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I've let everyone down.
They always just argue because they're always scared for each other's health.
This is a conversation for another time. How can the show go on without its star performer?
Furina. Have Furina.
Miss Furina?
Please.
I'd like to make a request of you.
I want to watch
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although, I do have one more line. But I guess another guy in the troupe with a similar voice register could take it. Why?
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. I'll sing the finale.
This is the cutscene, right? There's always got to be a cutscene. Come on.
From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that, everything's come full circle.
Guess she's gonna break her promise.
Thank you, Miss Furina. I'm so sorry to put you in this position after everything you said.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own fault for getting in too deep. No one likes regrets, myself included. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
I do not doubt your acting skills.
She was learning the parts.
Please allow me to
case.
ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director. What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
It's her pure heart. Despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure, she never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
You know, like a certain other person.
Well said.
Oh, that is adorable.
I leave Director O'Reilly in your hands.
I feel like a lot of this, you know, like a lot of this performance is supposed to be like very mirrored by Furina in a lot of ways, which I don't know why she's going on stage as just herself and not dressed up in any way. It's a bit weird, but yeah, I feel like she should have dressed up in some way. That's fine. Oh, is it it? You know what? I've actually heard this song so many times.
Is she here yet?
And it's finally good to know where it came from.
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies. Et
Better than the cutscene. What the heck? I was not prepared for this.
ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté.
Wait. That is insane. Oh my goodness.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Furina on the stage just now?
Nope, it was Cleo.
She hasn't been seen for a while now. And she just appears out of nowhere?
Nope.
Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
Be quiet. No one asks
I don't know.
questions.
Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
Yeah, it's just a fake person. Don't ask. Don't ask.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me.
What do you mean, not too many people
It's too
recognize
bad
you?
that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything,
She probably
it
enjoyed
felt
it.
good to be back on the stage again.
I
Finally,
swear if anyone
we would like to
booed
give
her-
a special thanks to our artistic consultant and
There
event
it is.
coordinator, Miss Furina.
Yep, there it is. That old. I think now.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Yeah, I think now everybody knows how Furina's
Oh,
worked with them.
so it was Furina after all.
She's back!
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
Yeah, that is pretty rude, considering she didn't want people to know who she was.
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Ooh,
Yes,
that's
I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
Too late now.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst second? You are really setting up that flag. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
Ooh.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack.
Wait, did she get a
Paimon
vision?
flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
So she literally got a vision.
That. I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it? I'll bet the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
So she really got a vision.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's
that is
doing.
Awesome.
Let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went. If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
I was wondering if that's what that meant when, like right during the end where that vision popped up out of nowhere. Which is insane. I always wonder about that, how, you know, how people are still getting visions even with a lack of an Archon, which, actually in this case, the lack of an Archon also with the fact that technically the Hydro Archon's powers is like non-existent in general, with the quote-unquote throne being destroyed. But I guess it's more like I guess I more see it. Hold on, I'll let them say their first line, and then we can try to stop the auto before talking about it.
Ah, you're back.
Thank you for making it short and simple. It almost feels like it's one of those, again, heavenly principles, which, you know, obviously nobody likes them at this point because it makes it pretty apparent you're not supposed to like the heavenly principles. But it almost sounds like it's a law that, like, if you do certain things, you're gonna get a vision, and it doesn't reside in just the Archon's powers. Considering even I think there was an example made with A, It was A or some other person where they're talking about other people with visions, or is Electro or like another element's visions, where the Archon basically said like, oh, who's that person? So it doesn't rely on the Archon's powers. I think it more just relies on the Heavenly Principle saying, oh, you get a vision because blank, blank, and blank. It's just weird. It's weird, especially, you know, the quote-unquote former Hydro Archon getting a Hydro vision, like, that it's just strange that she's just getting a Hydro vision of her old quote-unquote element. You love to
She's
see it,
doing
though. I'm
okay.
glad she has the vision now.
Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication. From experience, though, I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
How did the performance go? Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
I think they definitely liked it.
To know it was fantastic! Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Furina was on the stage. You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning.
Hopefully nobody realizes
That's
that was
wonderful.
a real vision, though.
I'm so sorry I failed to see it through to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
No, don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition. Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene,
considering she did
the
do
audience was
most of the
very
show.
impressed by your performance. It's safe to say that you made your mark on this memorial show.
Well, one way or another, we did it. I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I never expect things to go smoothly in life. I'm just happy to know that we went out on a high note. That's all that matters.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring up all the time.
Oh, don't you
Oh,
start.
great. Here we go. They're gonna
I don't
argue
have the
again.
energy to argue with you right now.
Aw, you two clearly care a lot about each other.
There we go. Someone says it finally.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Liar.
You mean we never stop arguing with each other?
Okay. Literally no one's listening to you.
So,
Even Paimon's over
any
it.
plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to. You could
I think I'm
capitalize
seeing
on the
where this is
rave
going.
reviews and license out the little Oceanid to the bigger theater troops out there. That would do wonders for your financial situation.
No, we should still disband.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
'Cause I think I have an idea of what's gonna happen, but
Fuck off!
I'll let it play to the end, I guess, see if I'm correct.
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Furina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
No?
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
No, I guess we'll
So now you
someone's gonna
finally
have to
got
take
your
care of her.
priorities in order. I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well.
I was joking.
What
I didn't
about
think
you,
you'd
Miss
actually
Furina?
take care of her. What
Any
the heck?
future plans?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go until I finally acquiesce.
That's
You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
unfortunate.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I previously imagined.
You just didn't want it to
Maybe
be like the past
Merrylet was
experiences
right.
you've had.
Maybe Cleo is the right role for me. I still don't wish
Yeah.
to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So, maybe the show will go on for me after all.
There's no need to draw lines in the sand. Just do whatever feels right to you. I like that. That's actually a really
Yeah.
good
There
advice
was
there.
once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, seeking only to hide the truth. But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others around them. I want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future.
You know what?
I'm
like
sure
this new Furina.
this is what
I'm not gonna lie.
captivated Director O'Reilly as well.
This new Furina is
Sounds
awesome.
like you're ready to stop running from your true calling. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
Next time I'll invite you to join me. Oh.
Then it's a deal. If a vision is a gift from the gods, then I should do my best to honor it.
That was beautiful. Alright, we're gonna go around and talk to everybody and see how everybody is
Thank
thinking.
you so much. I feel like I've rekindled the passion I had when I first joined the troupe. It might turn out to be too little, too late for me. But still, this has been the experience of a lifetime.
I said I want to at least go
Now
to.
that the buzz
What
is
the heck
worn
was
off,
that neck?
I feel ready to pass out.
That neck movement was very weird, but alright.
I'm just finishing packing up. As soon as I'm done, I've got an interview with the Steambird to get to. Thanks to all your help, this show was more perfect than we ever could have hoped for.
He like
But
is
most of
immediately
all,
going to the next job.
I want to thank you for giving me the chance to finally say farewell to O'Reilly.
Wow. He moved on really fast. That was impressive.
I mean, of course I have some regrets, but
There'll be plenty of opportunities in the future for us to tell the stories that we want on stage.
You know what? I don't know how to feel about these two. Whether they're friends or something more, either way, I think it's adorable and I absolutely love it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's ironic to think that in my whole time as a god, I could only ever dream of receiving this kind of power. And now that the gods have given me their blessing, it actually feels more like I'm finally able to take my fate in my own hands. Is that how humans feel about it as well?
Yeah, like I have been kind of saying multiple times, I definitely feel like this version of Furina is more real. Like before, you know, obviously we just saw her as like a very haughty person, someone who's thinking she's better than everyone else and didn't really have a time of day for anyone but herself. So like, seeing this real version of her where she's not trying to be something she's not, it's just, I don't know, it really feels cool and I absolutely love it. It's so much better than the Furina we met who, you know, was like better than everyone else and never wanted to be around anybody but herself. It's kind of cool. That's why I appreciate character quests, because having these character quests and allowing us to like go deeper into a character is just beautiful. I absolutely love it. Hold on, sorry. It's like a mixture of like hiccups and burps. I don't know, that was a weird feeling. But yeah, so obviously it's Venti's birthday, so you know, another letter. Just now, when I was relaxing under a tree, I accidentally fell asleep and ended up being knocked on the head by a falling Sensetia. Okay. But thanks to that sweet little fruit, I thought of a new song. How? Genuinely how? I refuse to believe you just got hit in the head by a Sensetia and just thought of a song, but I digress. Naturally, I'll let you be the first to hear it. It's a fine day out, so how about we take a walk together through the open country? We can get some fresh air and leave our worries far behind. In the evening, we'll stop somewhere with a good view and I'll play my new song for you. I wouldn't want to get so caught up in the journey that I miss out on watching the sunset with an important friend. Mondstadt's gentle breeze awaits your return from far afield. Just try not to get lost in the way. That was a cute one. I still want to know how in the world he made a song by getting knocked on the head with a Sensetia, but you know, then again, we had someone get hit in the head with a apple and all of a sudden do a bunch of stuff. So, you know, one of those things, I guess. Definitely. Essentially, I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up with the side quests, because the side quests at the top are going to be the ones that are like, you know, they're going to give you primo gems, but they're going to be like whole like world quests, where essentially you do like a 3-hour mission and it like changes the landscape of your world, which I'm not ready for right now. Especially in the last 25 minutes of stream, like that's a bit much. So we'll do smaller quests like this. Greetings, welcome to the Citadel of Regzar? This is where the Corps of 30 get in touch with each other and coordinate. I can see from your outfit that you're not one of them. Yeah, what gave you that away? What gave that away, huh? Oh, I see. You came for the recruitment, right? Sure. Sure. Very well then. I'll brief you on the gig in case it's not clear. I am Effendi? Probably Effendi, I believe that's so. A liaison sent by the Academia to coordinate the cooperation between the Academia and the Corps 30. You may have known that the Corps of 30 is hired by the Academia to guard the whole Sumeru city. They are additionally responsible for dealing with some problems residents encounter in daily life, which compounds their workload. To ease this pressure, I decided to recruit an assistant after consulting with the Parshamdar? I feel so bad butchering some of these. You don't need to worry about city defense, just help us complete the residents' commissions. As to the specifics, most of them are cumbersome and detailed. I'll elaborate with examples. Oh, so this is the reputation quest. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now, actually. And we leveled up, though, so that's cool. Awesome. That's the commission in general. It'd be great if you're willing to and free to help take it. The logistics officer and I have agreed that you will be paid fairly for every gig you do. Trivial as these commissions may be, I do hope you recognize the importance of this job. You will be appreciated and respected by all who you have helped with their life. If you stick to it, you'll surely heighten your reputation among the residents, and they'll be more willing to accept you. And I'll offer you more important and complicated jobs by then. That's the general picture of this job. I hope you can think it over. If you decide to take the job, feel free to register for the commissions. I'm trying to remember. The commissions aren't terribly hard, aren't they? Weekly quests. Bring me some Polyclotus. I don't know about that. So talking to someone. Again, this is also, I think, beating up something. I guess we'll accept one of them. I don't remember exactly what we're supposed to do. Actually, I also want to do this one, too, since it's return quest. Okay, so I have to defeat the people out here. Does it, like, automatically complete it, or what? Honestly, I haven't done Reputation in so long, because I just haven't necessarily cared. So I think it'd be smart just to at least check and see what the world's going on. Oh yeah, I have to defeat. I was wondering, I was like, they don't have a health bar, so am I really supposed to be defeating them, or what?
Check this out! I got you covered!
Absorption test.
Huh?
Oh, and it froze.
Ring cutter.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
You've actually been doing a lot of damage really fast. He's pretty low, too.
I let my guard down. Rain out.
And, of course, he frees myself.
Mine's your fate.
Animal test 6308.
Don't get too close. We'll meet again.
Yeah, we just, I guess, get stuff for that. Cool. What about the other quests? Oh, and they even have pink on them, so you can tell which ones are the reputation quests. That is wonderful. I'm so glad they started to do stuff like that. Because I could have sworn before they didn't have specific colors for each mission. It was just like, okay, here's a mission, have fun, try to find it again. That's nice, I like that. Alright, I'm gonna run all the way around, because I'm not quite too sure where she's at. I also don't even know how in the world to get over there, what the heck? We could probably jump down from here after we get some stamina. Run along this. I don't even know, do we have enough lotuses? That's my question. Which one is better, the Neapolitan Lotus or the Sumeru Rose? Oh yeah, I posted the commission. Did you get 5 Neolot Pala Lotuses? Oh, we have enough. Awesome. Just enough, too. That's nice of you. You don't see Neolot Pala Lotuses as beautiful as these in the desert. I'll have Armin come and take a look at them. Cool, I guess. And do I have to, like, go back and claim something? Or is it, like, all set? Like I said, I have not done these missions in so long. I have no clue how they work. And nope, they just automatically complete. Okay, cool. Alright, now that that's done, let's see if we can move on to another one. Ye's Publishing House's Invitation. The Commission's Commission. Oh, I think this is also the reputation thing as well for Inazuma. Because we haven't done that one either. Oh my gosh. The perks of ignoring every single mission as it's handed out to you because I wanted to get all the Archon missions done is insane. I will say though, I hope for at least a little bit we have a very small amount of commissions, or not commissions, events that happen in the future, so we can keep doing, like, you know, character missions and getting caught up, and side missions and doing all this stuff to get caught up into, like, the main game. I digress though. Honored guest, a moment if you please. I trust that you are the traveler of whom Miss Kamisato has previously spoken. Yeah, honestly, I'm about the only traveler around, honestly, I guess. Then please forgive my intrusion. I am Madarame Hayakabe? Madarame Hayakabe, a retainer of the Kamisato clan. I have heard tell of your great deeds, and Miss Kamisato thinks extremely highly of you. Is it really how you say it? That feels so weird. Okay. No doubt you are one of great honor and worthy of our trust. I have long since wished for the pleasure of making your acquaintance. Unfortunately, I've been unable to extricate myself from my duties recently. Thanks, I guess. I don't know what too kind is for, like what, saying, oh, I wish I could have seen you sooner, but, okay. Like, I'm sorry you haven't seen me before. On the contrary, it is you who are too modest. Even the Yashiro Commissioner Kamisato Ayato himself has mentioned you before. He too believes that you are worthy of our trust. I'll get to the point. Since the Yashiro Commission oversees worship at the shrine, we often have the occasion to hear about people's earnest ambitions. Ms. Kamisato, being as kind and thoughtful as she is, convinced the Yashiro Commissioner to allocate resources to help people realize their ambitions. After some deliberation, he decided to establish a public commission system as the means of achieving this. I am the one he assigned to organize it. The remuneration is more than ample, but the problem is that there are too many commissions and not enough people to handle them. If you're willing to lend your assistance, that would be wonderful. If you're unable to start right away, that's no problem. You can simply find me in a few days' time when your schedule is freer. I have compiled the details of the commissions that we've received so far, if you wish to take a closer look. Alright, claim all these. Oh, we haven't. Oh, we don't get to level 2. Okay. Good on them. If you'd ever had the time and the desire, we would be most grateful indeed for your help. If all goes well, you'll not only be well compensated for compensated, but your reputation in Inazuma will be enhanced. Of course, even one such as yourself cannot become a local legend overnight. As with many things in life, you'll need to start from something small and work your way up. Specifically, this means that as your reputation builds up, the commissions you have access to will grow in complexity. Consider it a gauge of the level of trust that people here place in you. Please give it some thought. It goes without saying that I'd be thrilled if you were willing to help out. I will leave you to think it over. Alright, another commission one. We haven't done Fontaine's yet. Does Fontaine have one? Let's see. That's a lot of people. It defeats a Stonehide Law Troll. I don't know about that one. Yeah. Oh, wait, what the heck? There's like nothing here. Where's that? Tamari here? I think I know what this is, but why am I getting 20 Primo Gems for it? Big Sis is amazing, you found it right away. Ho-Ho Traveler is a seasoned traveler who has been in many nations. Wow, have you also been to Mondstadt? Yeah. That's so cool. I heard from that big sister that there are many beautiful places in Mondstadt, like Stormterror's ruins with super duper tall towers. Yeah, it's the lair. Yep, I was wondering if that tower is taller or if the Almighty Shogun's Tenshukaku is taller. Kid Kujirai, why are you out alone in the wild? Because when my sister was fishing, she thought I would scare the fish away, so she let me go out to play. Once, I met that big sister who was an adventurer. She saw that I was bored, and so she gave me lots of tamari and told me to find greedy travelers to play with. Yeah, wow, that kind of hurts. We're not greedy, we're worried. Paimon's worried that you might be bored by playing by yourself. That's right, I think Big Sis is really nice. I'm so happy. You're a kid alone in the wild. You aren't afraid of running into danger? And you even have good stuff on you. You're really kind, Big Sis. Don't worry, that big sister adventurer taught me. So long as I do something to it, the Tamari can turn into a bomb. A bomb, what? What did you just say? I feel like we're missing a very important part right here. Eek, that's so dangerous. Yeah, you're telling me that, yeah, 100% dangerous. It's not. I've blasted away a lot of bad guys, like hilly trolls and slimes. You're the dangerous one. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. Oh yes, Big Sis, if you want to play a game of Tamari with the other friends, I'll leave a Tamari here. Here are the rules. When you hide a Tamari, you have to hide it within the time of a Tamari song. The person who's looking for it will also find it within the song's time. That will make things fair. It's so scary to think that we're actually playing with bombs. This is very true. Don't be scared, Big Sis. Big Sister Adventurer told me. Only the bad guys will be bombed. Probably. Great. I love that vote of confidence of probably. I'll have to play somewhere else. Bye-bye, Big Sis. Great, thanks. Interact with the Tamari next to Kid Kujirai to play a unique Tamari-based game. Players will be split between the roles of Keeper and Thief. As Keeper, the host will need to find a safe place to put the Tamari ball within the time limit. Travelers visiting from other worlds take the role of thieves, who need to find a way of locating the Tamari within the same time limit. Oh. I think we probably did a lot more than what it told me to do, but we got a 20 Primo Gems for free, I guess. So that's great, I guess. Since we're at like 10 minutes, I think we'll start wrapping up stuff now and kind of getting all finished up. So let's get stuff around. I don't think we have enough to summon right now. Which, I guess we have a whole other week, so we could probably get Chlorian next week if we get the Primo Gems for it. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. I think we have everything else all marked down and put away. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and for those watching back later, thank you so much for watching as well. I really appreciate it, and even if, you know, give me 2 seconds. I had my thoughts all squared away, and then everything decided to go off track. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. But once again, thank you everyone who's watching, either now or later. I appreciate it so much. And yeah, I hope to see everyone. I know at the latest Friday. I know I mentioned this I think at the end of last stream. But I've been looking at adding another day to stream, and I'm on the fence about it still. I'm still kind of deciding stuff in my head, because it obviously would mean a lot for myself and other people, and just a lot of things are have to be involved in that decision for myself and others. So as of this moment, there's not a confirmed stream, but if something does happen, I think I'll probably wait a week to actually confirm it and then announce it on like Sunday when we're actually going to do it. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm thinking about right now. We'll definitely figure it out later once it actually comes up. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. Once again, thank you so much for watching. This has been another meeting at the Gaming Roundtable, and I hope to see everyone next time. Bye for now.